Strong opinions on all sides. Let's get back to one of our big thinkers on the story tonight. Anand Giridharadas is in Cambridge, Massachusetts, for us tomorrow. It's got to be said, I mean, this is generating so much interest. Come on, girl meets boy, Indian meets Pakistani. Remind us why this is such a big deal.
Well, it's a good question. It's a big deal because it speaks to the wonderful and sometimes very combustible cultural mix of South Asia. Think about it. You have two Muslims getting married. That's quite simple. But one is Indian, one is Pakistani. They got married in Hyderabad, which is in India, but it was formerly the capital of a great Islamic empire. Pakistan's an Islamic republic, but India has more or less as many Muslims as Pakistan does. The two countries are nuclear rivals, but their two languages share the words for love, life, and happiness. And in a way, each of these countries needs this couple for their central narrative. Pakistan's narrative is that it's a South Asian homeland for Muslims, a safe harbor in the sea. India's narrative is that it's the universal civilization, that it can embrace anyone, and that Indians can have simultaneous multiple identities. So both countries, in a sense, want and need Sanya to be theirs.
And then what about this debate over which country Sanya belongs to at this point?
Well, officially they say they'll live in Dubai, but there are interesting questions. Will Sanya now play tennis for India or Pakistan? The law is actually quite complicated on this, Pakistani law. And this gives rise to what I kind of call the skirt rivalry. Which country can entice her to play for them by letting her wear the short skirts that she seems to love? Pakistan is on a favorable climate for short skirts, as your viewers know. And her mother-in-law apparently said that she prefers a slightly higher cotton-to-skin ratio. But India is not always as tolerant as it's cracked up to be, and Sanya has gotten flack there for wearing short. So now, in addition to the South Asian nuclear rival, get ready for the skirt.
Gee, I mean, this is quite remarkable stuff. It does, though, Alan, and it's got to be said, tie into a larger debate for South Asia's youth, which is simply this: who chooses who you marry?
Well, in some ways, this is a crazy, over-the-top, exaggerated, tabloid metaphor for what is happening to love every day in real life across the subcontinent. South Asians have traditionally regarded love and marriage as institutions of convenience and pragmatism. You married someone who made sense, chosen by your family. And what is happening now as globalization pours in to India and to some degree in Pakistan is a loosening of those ideas and a kind of Romeo and Juliet revolution, very slowly, of young people loving each other, marrying each other, even when it doesn't make sense. And this story distills that so perfectly, because whatever you say, it has not been an especially convenient marriage, even at this early stage.
Anand is out of Cambridge, Massachusetts for you tonight, and he is a big thinker on this story. We thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thanks.
Watch this, I guess, social media and microblogging space.